Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between Nexus Cats and fensad. We are going to be playing on Alterac Valley this evening, but before we get there, we've got a nice and symmetrical little band phase coming out real quick. We do have Dragonshire and Braxis Holdout being banned out by fensad. We do go ahead and have the Nexus Cats banning out to the Spider Queen and also Towers of Doom, and that sound does mean we are to the draft, so let's go ahead and get over there, see what we can see. We are just here at the beginning. Alterac Pass, definitely one of the bigger and more free maps of Heroes of the Storm. 3-lane map. Usually you don't see people trying to double soak on it. That's a long valley of shadows and fog in the middle of the lanes. So you will usually see them splitting apart with one person in the middle, one person at the top, one person at the bottom, and then the other two going back in order to hit the Knoll camp and get those pushing across the middle of the lane. You don't usually see the objective gone for immediately. Usually they wait until they get an advantage in order to try and start channeling it, because you do need basically a full team, or at least 4 members of the team, in order to try and really get that taken care of. But here we go, we got bans going already. Lucio being banned out on the side of fensad, the High Five Master being removed from this game. We do go and have Johanna, the Defense Master, being removed on the side of Nexus Cats. Lucio saying, we don't want you to be able to stun us to death, and then Nexus Cats coming back and saying, well, we don't want you to be able to survive our attack. Junkrat, the display... Everyone's a master of something, if you haven't figured that out yet. Junkrat, the king of displacement, able to just bounce everyone around. You know, for a long time it was Stitches or it was Artanis, but Junkrat just bounces people around endlessly, and half the time you do go ahead and just end up like it's almost like rolling the dice on where people end up, because even your own team is bounce up, and get down. Blaze being the second ban on the side of the Nexus Cats, and we do go and have the Anubarak, the really adorable Valentine's Day Anubarak. I love that one so much. He's going to be the ban out, or not the ban out, the pick by Mark Zombie. The Zombie Beetle being played by the Zombie player, but we are finished with the Bewitching month. That may affect Mark Zombie. I don't know if this is like a Frosty the Snowman situation, where he'll start to dissipate and start to fall apart as we get further and further from Halloween. We do go and have Ruglord picking up the Hogger. Hogger, one of the best at the Knoll camps, knows exactly how to beat them because they are all Knolls. And then Brightwing, the global healer. Very helpful, because Brightwing can actually stay in the lanes, get soaked, and only teleport in when you actually need her. Lulu coming back with the Stukov, the silencing healer. Very. So Anubarak does have a lot of stuns in his kit. Does have a lot of ability to just not hold someone down and not let them do anything. And then whenever they do actually get the chance to press buttons, Stukov can put down that silence puddle underneath them that says, nope, you can't use your escapes. Only someone like Anduin or maybe a Stitches can pull you out of danger. But they've already picked up Brightwing, so it's unlikely they will get an Anduin. Now that Tychus ban coming outside of Nexus Cats does potentially indicate that the Nexorians are looking at a Tychus, or maybe even a Deathwing. A character with a massive hero pool, because Tychus with his miniguns just eats through hero pools. Not going to be a thing we actually have to run into, not going to be a thing that we actually have to worry about. Alright, and then well scouted, they're like, okay, based on that Tychus ban, it may be that they're coming out with a Deathwing or a Diablo. Diablo is the bigger threat. Deathwing needs quite a bit of setup to really be effective, but Diablo is just an all-around great tank. And by banning out his main counter, they do. Now, granted, this also could have been a ploy, though. They could have been like, we're going to ban out the Tychus in order to make them waste their ban on a character we're not even planning to play. If Nexus Cats is not planning to play Tychus, then banning them out in order to prompt the ban out on the other side might be a great strategy here. We do have Give Me More Cosplay coming out with Jaina, and then Psycho coming out with the Muradin. The Muradin Burden. Malby coming into chat, hello. Should also say hello to Greek Fire and Baracus. I've already been talking to them. I don't feel like I have to say hello again, but I don't want to look like there's favoritism, and I'm only saying hello to Malby. That's not okay. Oh, Arthano is going to come out with the Greymane, and then Coffin is going to be Sonya into this Hogger. I do think Hogger has a bit of an advantage here. Can go ahead and try and disrupt those Sonya spins by knocking her back and stunning her. But we'll just have to see. Do go and have Greymane. Now, Greymane going to be very good in association with the Anubarak. Like, a lot of damage on tap. Greymane, kind of a mage, but a very melee-oriented mage, where they can just dump damage in this very small period of time. So Anubarak is keeping you in place, and Greymane just goes in, especially combined with the lead main damage. Fantastic, very scary to be up against. But Nexus Cats think they've got it. They've got Murder in the front line. Jaina and Robot Wizard is now playing Vala. So quite a bit of damage coming in back to the other side. We're going to go ahead and get the predictions up. Don't go anywhere. Bet well. Bet with Anna. And I will see you in game.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light bomb.
Here. 4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
Alright, here we are in game number 1. We've got the Nexus Cats spawning in the blue side of the battlefield. Let me get this out of here. You don't want to see my blind lady mouse cursor in the way, do you? No, you don't. I'm going to answer that for you. Alright, so representing Nexus Cats on the blue side of the battlefield, we do have Jazzy Fest playing the Bright Way. We will have Psycho on that there Muradin. Robot Wizard will be on the Valhalla. We do have Ruglord playing the Hogger. And then getting more cosplay, or Grismore is going to be on the Jaina. They are your blue team. They are the Nefarious Ninjas. They are Nexus Cats. Meanwhile, on the other side of the battlefield, we do have Coffin coming out on the Sonya. Mark Zombie going to be playing that Nubarak. Lulu on the Stukov. We do go and have Pet Wolverine is going to be playing the Li Ming. I'm like, who is that? And Arthaniel is going to be playing the Greymane coming on out here into the battlefield. They are your orange team. They are the Federation of Ferocity. They are fensad. And they got Robot Wizard going down very, very fast. That's that combo that I was talking about. Just able to go in there. The stun gets started. And then both Arthanio and the Li Ming just dump damage. Vala has no chance. Although I shouldn't say she has no chance. She actually just about got out of there. But Vala did take Creed of the Hunter. Did take the Gambit talent. And has already lost 5% of her attack speed. Like, early deaths are good no matter who you can hit them on, but early deaths onto a character with a Gambit talent, if those of you that are not familiar, Gambit talents are, every 50 of basic attacks increases your 100 damage bonus per stack from 1% up to 6%. So obviously at 300 you get the full 6%, at 50 you get 1%, but you do gain 25% base attack speed when you take this talent, but every death reduces it by 5%. So, once you die 5 times, that part of it does not apply anymore. And if you lose all your bonus attack speed and you haven't actually finished the talent, you're actually just like, it's doing nothing for you, or very nearly nothing. Definitely not a thing you want to be looking for. There is, as mentioned, that Hogger goes ahead and picks up the Null Camp very easily by themselves. We do already have the Null Camp hitting the middle. Arthanio, Lulu, and Mark Zombie going to be here. Going to go ahead and getting this taken care of. Psycho is moving back and forth, looking. Mark Zombie's also looking. They do not have the Li Ming nearby, but they definitely have the Arthanio. Do quite a bit of bonus damage. Why did they... Oh my god, people... Would you go and have the death onto the... And I need to check this real quick. Thank you, though, DeWitt. People knew... We even talked about which one was the home team. People don't even want to be on the right teams, I swear. Yeah, Ruglord is indeed. Oh, Ruglord, where are you? I have to be able to confirm which one you are.
That the horde's keeping some of our
Damn it.
soldiers prisoner.
Is Ruglord not in the
Get ready
game?
to free them.
Okay, Grismore. Okay, so yeah, Ruglord is on the blue team, so fensad should be blue. Gosh, dang it. That makes me low-key annoyed, because like I said, we specifically talked about which team was which, and which team was the home team. People.
All right, lads and lassies. Keep our prison camp from being captured.
At least we got it sorted out very, very quickly, although I will still yell at them. Also, DeWitt, how is this your first time ever chatting my channel? What the heck? Offended? We do go and have both mercenary camps being picked up at the same time, which is fantastic. Coffin going to be moving back. We gotta move Lulu right in the middle there. They really want to clear out their opposing null camp or be able to move through, but Jaina is much better at that. We have the red null camp going very, very quick. There's a stun coming down to Mark Zombie. Decent bit of damage onto the Vala, but not critical damage. There, the null camp goes down, but the opposing null camp will not be long for this world, so go ahead and get that taken care of. The objective is up. Coughlin is moving in there. Are they actually going to try and get this taken care of? There is the blue team moving in very, very quickly. There's a stun, but not the stun you want. Psycho moving back, but the rest of the team was not actually coming in at the time being. Alright, they are moving back. All 5 members are in the area. We do have Hogger being mean to leaning down here. Ruggler, quit being mean to the pet! Actually, I guess I'm not sure. Is that pet Wolverine as though you have a Wolverine that is a pet? Or is that pet Wolverine as in, like, is that a command? Go ahead, pet the Wolverine, see what happens. Do have Brightwing up here, but Brightwing did have to teleport down right as I said that. Limited ability to take advantage of that soak. Both teams are level 8 at the moment. We do have levels 1, 4, and 7 talent online for both of them. It's surprising to see Sonya actually taking the extra damage to Mercenaries talent. And there is Vala's first stack of Creed the Hunter. Pet Wolverine does go ahead and get petted to death by Robot Wizard. Nice Thunderstep micro coming out of there. Very, very good to see. Mark Zombie will be okay. But here's the thing. Vala just wants those stacks. And every time she gets an auto attack off on a hero, then this number goes up to 300. There's a bit of damage coming in. Oh, Robert Wood is very, very low, but here's the Brightwing save. Mark Zombie looking very, very, very low. There's a stun, and no, the Beetle goes down. The Beetle gets squished. Cawthon going to be the next one. There's a jump in from Psycho, and boom, there's a 2-for-1 in favor of fensad. Fensad coming in here. Lulu, you're not going anywhere, my friend. And the Stukov goes down. The Zerg zombified man is going the way of Halloween. But a distant memory. Psycho, go ahead and channel this. Go and get their last 6 seconds to channel. And we will go and have the Alliance Ram Riders start to mount up, move down this lane, and try and take out the opponents. Robot Wizard. They've already gotten the middle one down. And getting this knocked through. They want to try and get a fort, and they have already separated, so there are people getting experience in every lane. Well, we're just going ahead and knocking down these walls, both in order to free themselves up for more maneuverability, and also because the walls do provide vision. We have Arthanio moving up. It looks like Jaina will be coming up here. No one in the bottom lane, but you know what? No one in the bottom lane with a camp here is going to just mean a lot of value. But here's where the action is. Here's where you want to keep focusing on for the time being. You go and have very, very quick cleanup of this Ram Rider here in the middle. Yeah, I keep moving away for a reason. Alright, it looks like this will be cleaned up. Top is cleaned up. So they do not actually get a fort in their initial salvo. A lot of damage onto a lot of forts, about halfway there for both middle and bottom. Excuse me as I just like paw my microphone real quick. Don't know if you heard that, but if you did, I'm sorry. Look at all this experience right here for Nexus Cats. This is not being picked up. Alright, we do have a leading down here. Now Sonya is picking this up. The other one is currently moving down and just about into the middle of the map. Here's the thing, normally this would be slightly advantageous for the side of Nexus Cats, because it would mean that they'll be crashing underneath, or potentially underneath these towers. But the towers are kind of dead, kind of gone, so you can't really crash underneath them when they're not around anymore. A little bit of another aggression onto Robot Wizard, but this time Robot Wizard does not have anything to fear. The follow-up was not in place. We have a lot of different Robot Wizard moving back. We do go and have a big Curse of Bullets going in and hitting Psycho. Psycho does have Third Wind at level 1, so we'll be healing up very, very quickly as soon as they get out of combat for any length of time. $30 on this camp. Hogger will go there before too long, but he's going to come down here, pick up this soak. Level 13 and Talent Share Advantage right now on tap for fensad. Okay, it does look like they are moving down here, but there was a warning ping. They're like, Pet Wolverine, we lost sight of them. You better get out of there.
Let's take him back.
Nice Blizzard. We get Caitlyn at the backline, getting a little bit of damage. There's only 3,000 health left on this. Oh, Robot Wizard, you gutsy little... Can Vala do this? Vala might be able to. I was not positive. Not if she just shoots into the breeze like that. Oh, I did not think about the fact that this was possible for Vala. But yes, she is healing off her basic attacks, so that is allowing this to happen. And we're going to have a boss picked up on the side of fensad, like very, very sneakily done. Okay, Arthani moving in. But there's Jazzy, and my friend... When in there was like, I would take out this Vala and did not realize there was also like very, very nice stun coming from Robot Wizard. Cannot be understated, but then Jazzy coming in for exactly the right moment, polymorphing and just being like, you know what? Wolves may beat demon hunters, but sheep definitely do not. But I'm surprised they stayed here knowing... Oh, nice unstoppable. Barely in time. Robot Wizard hunting this down, but it does look like we've got a successful channel on the side of fensad. We do go and have a nice blue movement into the middle. They have about 20 seconds left to go, but everyone is back up on the side of their allies. They're down 16s though. I'm not sure that Nexus Cats wants to engage down a Talontier. Like, they are down 8% health, 8% damage, and down a single Talontier. Because at 16 you get another one. They've now gotten to 15. It is a more even fight now, but still not an even one. And they do just go ahead and give this. There are our heroic Ram Riders once again. Look at them, aren't they majestic? We should actually get to the action before people yell at me. That's the advantage of being casters. You can just kind of be like, if something seems fun to you, you can do it. And if you're not being paid, then who cares? But yeah, I do want to like, actually provide a decent environment for you all. There's a lot of damage coming in. Ruglord moving into the battle. We do go and have the nice back and forth and back. Back and forth and back. And we do go and have the first fort of the game falling to the assault of fensad. Alright, you do see these little shield emblems right here. That means that the Frostfall General still has 40% armor. It is 100% with all 3 up, 40% with 2 up, 20% with 1 up, and of course 0% armor if all 3 of the keeps go down. Speaking of going down, Grismore in the middle of a lot of damage, and there is Li Ming, goes ahead and just pops her right in the booty. We do have Stukov going down as well. It's 1 for 1 right now. Arthanio going back and forth, looking for this Ruglord, but not going to be able to get it. We do have Cawthon moving down here. The bottom keep is under pressure. Going like a dun 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 that'll never stop. 2022, hey? That keep has as many hit points as years have on the calendar. This, you know, BC years obviously don't count for my joke. Orc Zombie comes in. Here's the big engage. They aren't able to get the stun. A lot of damage on the Robot Wizard, and goodbye. There's a second Gambit Sat gone. Down to 15% bonus attack speed. Psycho very, very low. Nice leap coming in from the Sonya. Jazzy Fest very, very, very low, but will go in and get out of here. Yeah, hit that. Don't let it leap. They almost went ahead and stopped it from getting the one, but there are 2 people down on the side of fensad, so this will be a boss pickup on the side of Nexus Cats. The claws are showing, ladies and gentlemen. They are running out here, trying to go in and get this taken care of in a big way. Top lane will continuously push in. Here's the problem they're having right now, because there are 2 forts, and a fort and a keep in this lane. That means every single wave that spawns over here is going to have a, null, or a Reaver minion in the front. And that just lets them cleave in, so these lanes will just continuously overwhelm the defenders. Now, granted, this Nexus does heal, so a single lane, not the biggest problem. It can go ahead and stand up to that. A little bit of a very wise back out for the Nexus Cats. Sonya is not with them. Sonya is holding back the aggression in the middle of the map. Alright, we do go ahead and have them moving in, getting this null camp, starting moving across the middle of the map. Nice distraction. We do have Nubrock here, trying to hold them back for the time being, waiting for the team to get here. The team is not far away, except for Sonya. Sonya, what are you doing? Give me more. Almost getting it done, but here's a big flank coming in from the side. Leap goes in. A lot of damage with the Give me more. Give me more. We have the follow-up damage, and crack, boom. Cawthorn, can you do it? Can you do it? The answer is no. Cawthorn cannot finish off Give Me More. There is a nice orb, but a ice shield comes up in order to stop that from happening. But we do have the channel stopped at the moment, and a big push coming here in the middle of the map right now. Once again, another big orb, and Give Me More does not have a frost shield this time. No ice block comes up, and Psycho, you are in the wrong side of the neighborhood. Does look like he will go ahead and dwarf launch out, but no, there is Li Ming. Li Ming goes ahead and hits them with a pepperidge farm of abilities, if you will. Robot Wizard, you're in trouble, but Pet Wolverine in even more trouble. Great outplay going through. They do lose a lot here, and their opponents are still up 1 person. They've lost Li Ming, but their own side has lost their tank and their mage. It will be 40 seconds, so they will be coming up about 15 seconds before the finish. They might be able to get here and contest, maybe. No guarantee. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. Here's 2 Reavers coming in. Should not be a big issue for this, though. Yeah, just barely tickling his health. And with that wave is cleared up, and he'll just start to heal right back up. A lot of damage coming through. We do go and have Ruglord. Ruglord moves in, but is not actually able to prevent anything. And we do go and have the Horde Wolf Rider starting to come out in favor of the Nexus Cats. Here they go, riding through. Once again, I've said this before, I do not know why the Chrono Trigger music always comes to mind whenever I do this, but it definitely does. And I won't apologize for that. Big push coming in the middle. Massive leap. A Robot Wizard does get out of there. Cawthorn looking not to... A little bit ahead of the rest of the team, it looks like. There was no immediate follow-up. There's a stance coming down on Valhalla. Oh my goodness! I did not realize that they had the Dwarf Cocoon in the middle of that. Just comes out into just a massive wall of ouch. Alright, we do have about 30 seconds until lead. No real good engage, only Flaming Swipe left online for the Nexus Cats. Level 20 on both sides, 21 technically if you want to be pedantic. Well, actually, that says 21. Not gonna be able to get a keep, and oh my goodness, this is just so frustrating. Still to get 2,002 health. Nice stun. Oh, Pet Wolverine! Great stun chain coming from the fensad. And they actually killed 3 people. Can they? Potentially, I think they're going to run bottom. They may try an end here. I don't know if they can. But it'll be down to 20% health once this goes down. And there's no way this fort is staying alive. Oh my goodness, but this is still alive. Okay, there it goes. Will they try for this? Their opponents are back up in 30 seconds. There are still 2 people up. And there is still 20% health on this core. There's the stun. We do have a kill into Greybane. There goes Cawthorn. Goodbye, my friend. A lot of things out, but we do go ahead. This guy is up. He's going ahead and whirlwind. He's hitting everyone. Down to about 50%. We almost have Li Ming back up, but I do not think it's enough. I do think this is going to be the end of the game. Fensad turning back, getting game number 1, and taking the lead in this series here on Alterac Valley. So, looking at the things at the end of the first game, we are going to go ahead and have, in terms of damage, we do get Vala leading the way. Even with, I was actually very concerned for Vala whenever she lost that initial Gambit stack. Like, in the first 10 seconds of the game, it felt like. But definitely adjusted and came out with 97th, more than double the damage of Arthano, which, by the way, is the highest damaging member of the red team, and still burying everyone else. Li Ming does come in with 39,000 damage. In terms of healing, Lulu being there for the team whenever they needed her, coming in with 78,000 healing. Brightwing, not too far behind, only about, 9,000. In terms of that ever-important soak, basically a dead heat. Kotha does out-soak the Hogger by about 700. Not really that much to talk about. Looking at the talents, I'm an offlaner by train, so that's what I usually look at. Let's look at Sonya. We do go and have the War Paint. Keeping her in the fight a little bit longer. She expected to be a little bit more brawly this time. We still have Shattering Ground, able to go ahead and make that go farther, just be more disruptive in big team fights. The Battle Rage, again, more healing, able to instantly restore 10% every 30 seconds, and holds up to 2 charges. We're going to have Leap coming up, No Escape, Giant Slammer, and then the Ignore Pain. What we see, but I also already see the next map coming up, so I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. We've still got at least one more game in this series.
Into the wild, indigenous child, surviving formidable trials. I stand in the rain, scanning the plains in pursuit of the villainous bile who sent everything that I love into flame. Descent is my name, limiting my claim. The whip of a bow, I'm perfecting my aim. Revolution the game. The blood of the queen. The sting of the animus, they bring out the man in us. I'm the king of the kill, it's unanimous. I'm slitting your throat, red matches your coat. The brave and the free, they were bad with us. From NY to Boston, it's a beautiful world to be lost in. There's no other frontier, we go to hunt here. Now the future is unclear. Fathers of freedom are found in the future. They fight in the face of the flames. So ready, obeying, and don't just stop praying. Yet my tomahawk has a land to reclaim.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to game number 2 here on Sky Temple. You may have noticed that up at the top it said that the Nexus Cats got the prediction, but the teams were switched, and also no one actually bet on anyone but the blue team, so it seemed really, really, really rude to me to go ahead and be like, well, technically, fensad won, but they were reversed, so I'll have to put fensad and take away all your points. Like, just give the points back at that point. I'm just really glad it wasn't super contentious, and then there'd be some people that'd be like, oh, I bet on... Regardless, though, we do go ahead and have Lucio and Dahaka. So same first 2 bans, but a variation. Who did they ban there last time? I don't remember. I don't think it was... Was it Dahaka? No, it was Junkrat. They banned Junkrat last time. So this time they're not as worried about displacement. They just want to get that global off the map. That may indicate that they are going to go ahead and take the Fallstad or the Brightwing first and foremost. Stukov going to be removed. That makes Brightwing even more likely, because Stukov very, 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 very relevant and dangerous in Lulu's hands. Because there's really 3 globals you have to worry about in this game. You can make an argument for Deathwing. You can make an argument for Abathur. But realistically, it's Falstad, Brightwing, and Dahaka. And so, by banning out Dahaka and taking the Brightwing, at best, you say that Finstead can match you with a Falstad Global versus a Brightwing Global. They're going to get the Brightwing first of all. The Stukov ban kind of playing into their hands. We do have Anduin. Anduin able to go ahead and fun police, yank people out of the damage, out of the battle, in order to deal with potential, like, big blow-up comps. Robot Wizard, once again, very, very happy with that Vala, and I don't blame them. They had a great lockdown and blow-up comp going last time on the side of Nexus Cats, and we didn't really see anything come of that. So, with that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have the 2nd and 3rd ban coming out of the side of the Nexus Cats. Who will they get rid of? Who are they afraid of? But Wolverine going ahead and not going to be Lee Ming this time, going to be the Sand Wizard instead. Chromie coming out here, but Mark Zombie still dead set on a Nubara. That's an interesting, if you think about it. You could have the Chromie Temporal Vortex pulling people back into where a Nubara will be able to charge them. I don't know how experienced they are at that, but that sounds like it could be devastating. We also have both DPS being held until after the ban phase. Really, really want to be able to react and have the damage on hand based on what they're running into. Now, your opponents have not taken a tank yet, and have not taken an offlaner yet. Oh, what about Chromie's a what am I thinking? What is wrong with me? The doit? Okay, that surprises me. Not even going to front. Like, definitely was not expecting that by any stretch of the imagination. Was definitely, I mean, like, I know I'd mentioned that Abathur could be argued to be a global, but very, very, very specific playstyle. One that I don't know works as well. Although I guess actually this is Sky Temple, and you would get a lot of value out of Mule. So there is Ruglord coming out with the Hogger, and then Psycho with that there Murden. Very, very similar draft. Coming out for, I mean, really both teams, but especially Fensad. Murden was their tank last time. Hogger was their offlaner, and Vala was their DPS. They did have to switch out Anduin for Brightwing this time around. Another zombie coming out. And who is your offlaner Coffin? Who is running into Hogger? It's going to be the Blaze. So, 2nd DPS. Last time you had Jaina here. Is Grizmore going to be Jaina one more time? You could argue it worked once. They did a very good job with it. So there's no reason why it couldn't work again. We're just going to have to find out. We're going to have to see what they want. No, they go with Li Ming this time instead. They say, you know what, I could take Li Ming last time because you took her, but this time you went Chromie, which leaves me all the leeway I need to be Ming. The leeway to be Ming? Get it? I'll see you in game. All right, coming in on the blue side of the battlefield, the victors of game number 1, we do have fensad. Psycho is going to be playing the Murden. Jazzy Fast is going to be on the Anduin. We do go and have Robot Wizard playing the Vala one more time. Ruglord is going to be on the Hogger, and Grismore is going to be out on the Li Ming. They are your blue team. They are the Federation of Fatalities. They are fensad. Meanwhile, on the orange side of the battlefield, representing the Kitty team, we do going to have Pet Wolverine coming in on the Chromie. We're going to have Coffin playing the Blaze. Lulu going to be on the absolute best Brightwing skin. Look at this adorable skin. Oh, I love this so much. We do go ahead and get Mark Zombie playing the Anubarak, and Coffin going to be on the Blaze. They are the Cataclysm. They are the Centurions of the Cataclysm. They are Nexus Cats. All right, Mark Zombie does not quite catch someone in that. They were looking for a very, very quick neck snap to start us out. We do go and have people splitting up. Already Blaze dealing with Hogger up top. Alright, going back and forth. Neither team really moving to mercenary camps just yet. Just a lot of skirmishing going on. And as I say that, both teams go for mercenary camp. Robot Wizard going to move around. Very, very nice shuffle stepping. Not going to let these boulders get hit. Be like, who do you think I am? I'm Vala? The answer the question for you. We have Chromie scouting this out, but it's too close. They cannot deal with it just yet. Boss will be here in 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Oh, I did not see this coming, and you know what? Neither did Ruglord. As this goes in and gets picked up, they are not quite here in time to actually stop that camp from being taken, but they do go in and get a early level 4, and a nice kill on Ruglord. They realize he disappeared from the lane, there was only one place that he could have gone. They go ahead and get that taken out very, very quickly. No one's let Harrison out? Guys, let Harrison Jones out? I can't do it, can I? Nope. I don't see this map enough, and it always makes me sad. Poor Harrison Jones desperately trying to get out of Tomb of the Spider Queen, but this is sealed, and they need to allow him to escape. It actually does nothing if you're not familiar with the game. Alright, up top we do have Lulu trying to hold this back. This guy is going ahead and dampening spell damage all around him. Poor little Lulu. Okay, Cawthorn could be way better at it. Cawthorn, did you take... You did take Incinerator Gauntlet, so you're just going to completely tear through these guys. Fantastic. Temples are being occupied. It does look like we have blue momentarily getting onto both temples. Take your battlefield and go, my friends. Wizard taking a lot of damage, but no one moving in. There's a charge coming from the Blaze, but not going to get on top of anyone. They did get about half the temple for the opponent showed up, and this is still a 5 versus 4. With little beams going everywhere. They are trying to knock this down. They will go in and get the wall momentarily, and now go into that lower tower. However, we do go in and have the Murder got a little bit too far out to one side, goes in and gets collapsed on. This fort's still up, but looking in way better shape, or way worse shape than this one. Both walls kind of down, but not significant damage done to the middle by either side. That Wolverine has to move back very, very quickly. A lot of damage out. That one more for mana than for health. It was doing very, very fine in terms of health. But they're pushing in pretty well. They need to have some extra help come down here in a second. Moving up here, trying to catch the rotation, but it looks like rotation is coming, and it's also going safe way. Yep, there are 4 people. Chromie does take the slowing sands at level 8. Chromie, of course, able to cheat and get her talents 2 levels early. That was a lot. Did you take? Yep. We're going to clear this out. Oh, we do have the next. It's going to be a single altar phase next time down here at the bottom. So we have a nice little movement. Sorry for going quiet for a second. Every once in a while, I get very, very, very involved in the action, and I'm just like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be talking crap. We do go ahead and have quite a bit of like a 5-man push here in the bottom lane. This is where the temple is. They are going to move in and take it very, very momentarily. Although they are pulling back for just a second. One of these siege giants is still up, but only one. Okay, that's why they're pulling back. Their opponents have taken level 10. We do go in and get Commandeer Odin coming out of the Tychus. Bunker Drop, Blink Heal, Slowing Sands. We knew that one already. And Cocoon. There's the Odin coming out. You better start sieging. Like, you don't want to burn this for nothing. Does have 25% armor whenever they've got the Odin up. Level 10s are now online for the side of fensad. We are going to see Shockwave, Disintegrate, Haymaker, Rate of Vengeance, Light Bomb. But while this is going on, Cocoon comes down onto Robot Wizard. A lot of damage going through. Cawthorn looking none too healthy, but they are pushing their opponents back. That's what really matters. Vala does go down. We do have 1 kill in favor of the Nexus cast right now, but it looks like Tychus will go down in exchange. Big fight going on, but the temple is completed. Mark Zombie being collapsed on right now. Do they have a burrow? Will they be able to get out? Will they be able to survive? The answer is no, they will not. And that is a 2 for 1 in favor of fensad. They might be able to go ahead and go for boss right now, but Tychus is back in 5 seconds. If they want to go, they need to go now, now, now. And with that being taken care of, we do go ahead. They are going to say, no, we don't want boss. We don't want help in order to take down what we can just take ourselves. Great, great mental strategy. Just being like, the boss would probably guarantee this, but you know what? We can guarantee it all by ourselves. Sky Temple is definitely a map where structure damage is king, because every time you occupy these forts, they just do nothing but siege the structures. So if you can go ahead and knock a structure down and save the shots to go somewhere else, it just makes the shots hit the core faster and faster and faster. Sky Temple is sometimes called the map that you can win by avoiding your opponents, and there is an element of truth to that. Just run around and side push all game. When your opponents to respond, go side push somewhere else.
The light of the sun grows within the temples. Soon
So there's like an even split going through. 3 people up top. We do have Hogger moving back. Brightwing was up here, but I think Brightwing teleported. No, I don't even know. I swear I saw 2 people up top. But you know what? Obviously not. I'm apparently not infallible. Surprising, I know. Alright, there is invasion happening right here. They will go in and get their opponent's siege camp. Nice, nice, nice stun coming through. Vala getting away, but Vala does get hit. Cawthorn on top of Robot Wizard, not letting her go anywhere. We do go and have Psycho. Psycho takes a bunch of damage and will go down. That's another stack on Master Assassin, up to 3 stacks. Master Assassin, for those who don't know, increases Psycho stack speed by 10%, and at 15 goes up to 25%. So nothing happens until 12 more kills occur. And here's where we're seeing. We do go ahead and have a lot of damage going through. Cawthon's sitting here on this temple, but Hogger is up here, and the shots are going straight into their last remaining fort. Hogger? So yeah, definitely a very, very good look for fensad right now. They definitely have the edge in terms of macro, though not are slightly behind in terms of kills. Their opponents are seeming a little bit better in the team fight. But you know what? On a macro-oriented map like this, that may not matter. Nice, nice stun. There's a light bomb coming out. Catch two people. The Blaze goes in and gets to the bunker immediately. Goes in and gets that. And Psycho going to go down one more time. Robot Wizard, Grismore, and Jazzy Fest very much in between a rock and a hard place. Not in a good place to fight right here. Moving, getting pushed back, getting pushed back. There is Robot Wizard desperately trying to use fancy feet. Stay away, stay alive, stay in front of this. Will go ahead, makes them work for it, but doesn't push to go down. We have Brightwing going down as well. Cawthon goes out, goes into his Ruglord. Ruglord very, very, very low. Arthenio even lower. Trying to go ahead and keep ahead of this, but will not be able to do so. Nice double pickup on the side of fensad. Mark Zombie trying to go ahead and Beetle walk right on out of here. I'm not sure Blood Glow left them. Does go ahead and get out of there, but that is a 3 for 2 in favor of fensad. And with that, we do go ahead and have quite a bit being picked up. Psycho is moving into the middle of the map right now. I'm going to go in to get this taken care of. We do go in and see the scout. Chromie sees this happening, but what can they do about it? I ask you knowing there is no answer to that question. Oh, Hogger! With that being taken care of, we do go in at the boss, going the way of the dead dragoons. So, boss is moving up this lane. I'll have to see what they intend to do about it whenever it actually reaches, its destination. I don't know. Mark Zombie goes ahead and gets caught in that, unfortunately. They will go ahead, but will this survive? It does look like they will be able to go ahead and keep it up. It has 2,316 health left on it. But again, the name of this game on this map is doing damage to structures. So being able to get through this bottom wall for more or less free, the bottom temple and most of this, is only beneficial. Alright, Hogger moving up top. They're going to fight for what they can here, but they're not going to go overboard. They do know that they have a bit of a disadvantage, being 4 versus 5. But you know what? You can absolutely trade on this map. Like, your opponents haven't gotten a fort yet. You've basically gotten a keep. Alright, first fort down. Guys? I'm like, I don't know why you thought you were done. There's still a lot of circles left on that. Oh, okay. Hogger goes and pulls back. They will be able to go ahead and get these last couple of shots.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Almost getting this one. Only 400 health left. They almost took a clean sweep of their opponent's forts, but at the same time, looking at their own keeps, not what you want to see. Nice double pickup on the siege camps, something that Nexus Cats will have to deal with. A couple of big rock throwing mice coming up their lane. Not precisely what you want to play with if you're the kitties. Both teams sharking around. looking. Neither team is level 20 yet, although it does look like fensad is definitely closer, thanks to all of this, like, passive experience they put. Although, actually, at this point, the passive experience is almost even. That being the only thing of difference. And with that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have Ruglord moving through very, very easily. Psycho is kind of shirking around, wants to stay out of vision of the opponents. But Mark Zombie kind of already knows that he's there. Go ahead and look at their vision real quick. Yep, they have a good idea where their opponents are at the moment. Nice reaction for the Vala. Goes ahead and says, I don't want to get stunned. That sounds terrible.
Soon they shall bask in my glory.
Alright, single temple coming through. This is actually really good for the side of Nexus Cats. They seem to have a slight edge in the terms of team fight. Although actually, now I look at that, it's 6-6, so maybe not. But so, the fact that it's only a single point to fight over, exactly what they're looking for. Nice pull from Anduin. Oh. Arthanio goes ahead and gets Haymaker. Very interesting to have a warrior go Haymaker, but you know what? That's exactly why you do it. Coughlin goes down, Lulu in a lot of danger. Lulu just barely gets out, they want this. There is the slow and the stun, Mark Zombie. More like Mark, not a livey. It's totally different than being a zombie, I swear. GG called by Arthanio. Here we go with the aggression coming in. Only Chromie is left trying to get this. Pet the Wolverine, I dare you. But no, they're not taking the bait. They're not petting the Wolverine. They are using their level 20s to crush their opponents. They still have about 30 seconds before everyone is down, and the key core does not have that long. Boop. With that, we do go and have the victory in the series going to the side of fensad. Congratulations. We'll see if I can get them in for an interview right quick. One moment. Alright, while I wait and see whether or not we will be joined by anyone, let's go ahead and take a look at these stats real quick. We do have Robot Wizard once again leading the way in damage, but not quite as decisively as the previous game. We go and have 38,000 coming out, compared to Pet Wolverine's 36,000, and Arthanio's 30,000. In terms of that ever-important healing number, again, relatively dead heat. Jazzy Fest doing 48,000, Brightwing doing 47,000, Lulu I should say. One second, having to be a bod real quick. Alright, so looking at these. They're all very confused because they actually thought this was a best of 5 and it's a best of 3. The finals and the grand finals are best of 5s, but the semifinals are still best of 3s. However, looking at this, we do go ahead and have, experience-wise, we have Ruglord leading the way. And just like I'm joined by Gimme More. Hello.
Hello. Someone else is gonna join. We'll see who, though. They were arguing in the chat, and I was like, someone just come with me.
Everyone come. Get over here.
Hello.
Ooh! I wasn't expecting you to join.
No, I normally don't.
Well, we've also got Robot Wizard, our intrepid Vala. So actually, I'm glad that you're one of the ones here, because I've got to ask, how shaken were you whenever you, like, got one of your gambits taken away in the first, like, 5 seconds of the first game?
I was pretty upset. I thought I trolled.
I was very
I
concerned
wasn't.
for you, because I was like, they have such a lockdown and blow-up comp, and Vala is, well, that's what happens to Vala.
Yeah, I pressed my Volt, and it got used, but just got canceled immediately. Very unfortunate. So I just kind of learned to press it faster. It was necessary.
You definitely reacted very well to that, because looking at the rest of the like game, I think you only died one more time in the entire match, and it was like at level 17.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. I just had to figure out where that Anubarak was coming from, and it was not the hardest thing. It wasn't the worst.
Well, very, very happy with that. Other than that, going back to game number 1, which was on Alterac, very, very, very good game, very well played. Were you surprised when they came in on you at that lower boss? Because you did a great job just like sneaking the top boss, but then they just showed up when you were halfway through the bottom one.
Or you want to? Okay, I can also answer this one. I'll let you go next more. Yeah, we knew they might come, but we didn't expect them to make something that decisive. Very well played by them. They made a really good decisive decision and caught us off guard going pretty quick. We weren't quite mentally ready to take them.
Yeah, definitely. They did the thing that really kind of impressed me is the fact that, I mean, they had their tank come in on to the point, but the rest of them were actually coming from above to try and cut you off. Like, it was very much they were not fighting you for boss, they were fighting you.
I feel like that was the whole entire game. They kept, especially even the second game, they really just focused on him the whole entire time, which was really great for me as the other DPS, because I was just able to keep hitting them and not have to worry about too much.
Yeah, we also figured that out about like 5 minutes into the first game that I was the primary target. So I told my healer just stick with me, make sure you know where I am. And they hit some great saves, which definitely helped win the game.
Oh, absolutely. So actually, speaking of that, this question I have for you specifically more is that the game number 2, you guys largely had the exact same draft with the exception of Brightwing, which was stolen. And then at the very last pick, you went with Li Ming instead of Jaina. What was the reason for the pivot?
Well, I do like Li Ming. Actually, originally we were gonna play a different hero. I'm not gonna say who, but I'll just say they were banned, and I was sad. And so definitely, I've been playing into Anubarak a lot with Li Ming the past few games and even during scrims, and I'm pretty confident with it. So I definitely feel like Li Ming was the better choice here, especially with the cocoon. That's the biggest thing, is having that cocoon. We knew, like we said, we knew they were going for the Vala. So cocoon the Vala, I immediately hit the disintegrate, and I'm able to get our Vala out within seconds.
Yeah, there's always an age-old question of, does Li Ming counter Anubarak or does Anubarak counter Li Ming? Because I've heard it both ways. Because they're like, no, Anubarak's good against Li Ming because the beetles keep like intercepting the skill shots. But then exactly what you said is like, yeah, but disintegrate into cocoon?
Yep, yeah. Especially if you know, I had our coach, shout out to Shane the Train. He's been helping us a lot, especially with me. He just kept reminding me, get your angles and try different things out with Li Ming. Don't, play it like a regular hero. And it's really helped me a lot.
Fantastic. Looking into Sky Temple. So I actually forget, was this your map pick or theirs?
It was ours.
I think both were our map picks.
So I don't see a whole lot of Sky Temple. What made you want to come here? Although, obviously you seemed very, very experienced on it.
Go ahead, Dylan.
I think it was both like a kind of a hate pick. We knew that they didn't like it too much. And it's also just some other teams have been wanting to practice Sky Temple with us, so we play it. So we kind of have had some practice on it.
All right, makes a lot of sense. And then the last question I want to ask about Sky Temple. So there definitely was a period. I was very surprised that very, very often you would fight them over both temples at once. Like most of the time, I'll see teams just sort of like agree to split them, but it was just like, no, we're going to like hit you at both of them, and you seemed very successful at pushing them back. But why did you like? That's just not a playstyle I usually see on this map.
I honestly don't really know. I think I just listened to the commands.
It was mainly that we felt somewhat confident that they couldn't really dislodge us from there, even in a 4v5. So we knew we weren't going to like get a kill, but if we could keep all 5 there, we would guarantee our solo laner gets top. It was kind of just a different way of taking both temples, guaranteeing both temples, because we felt we win the 4v4 if they ever have a character leave.
All right. Cool beans. So, and then the last question, because I ask this, a variation of this all the time. Why did you pick fensad to be your name?
Or
I don't know. I wasn't there for the first year, but I did cast you guys a lot. I think it's just a meme. I think. I don't know. Is it? I don't know, Dylan. I don't remember the answer.
Funny looking emote.
That too. Yeah, it's just a meme overall. So, and then if we lose, we just spam the fensad emote.
All right, fantastic. I got to tell you, and this is very selfish on my part. I am rooting for you guys to win overall, only so we get that emote in GS because all of the winning teams' emotes.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
and then everyone in NGS could have it.
But with that, those are all the questions I had for you. Let me go and turn it over to you for any shout-outs you might want to give.
I'll go first. So shout out to Rug Lord, our captain, for giving us a great season, helping us with scheduling, and definitely just helping and keeping the team motivation. Shout out, like I said earlier, to Shane the Train, my co-host. He has been phenomenal helping us and really has helped us learn a lot. Rest of my team, they did phenomenal. Our sub, H. Kawhi, for coming in whenever we need her during scrim stuff. Everyone that we've been scrimming did a phenomenal job, really keeping us on our toes and helping us improve. Of course, Raka, thank you to you for casting our game. And then to our fans, we got some crazy fans lately, and I don't know if they were in your chat. One of them's Trogodile. I don't remember how to say his name. He's freaking crazy, but it's super funny. So shout out to our fans too.
All right.
Anything you say, Dalen?
Yeah, that particularly big shout outs to Rug Lord helping keep the team together, helping keep motivation. It's yeah, I just want to really shout him out because I don't think we'd still be a team if it wasn't for him.
All right. Well, very much congratulations. The last question I have for you, because I just remembered it. With this victory, you are moving on to face, I believe, is it Zul'jin Distillery in the finals?
Yeah, we're gonna fuck them up. Sorry, probably my language. No, there's definitely a scary team, but I do like playing against them because they're definitely a challenge. I don't know if we've ever actually won any matches against, or like full series against them, but we've beaten them in a few games and it's gotten really sweaty between us. So I definitely am very excited to go against them, especially for finals. Maybe we'll pull a Nexus Cats and take down the number 2 seed.
Well, definitely rooting for that to happen. Although, just in terms of the drama, not because I hate Zul'jin Distillery, none of you start rumors. But, congratulations. I'll let you join the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Of course. And thanks again, Raka, for this cast.
Oh,
yeah, shout out to you too. Thank you so much for casting this.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And with that,
good night.
Good night, good night. We are going to go ahead and go over to Eternally Blue. Eternally Blue is currently casting another of the semifinals. There's a lot of them tonight. So let's go ahead and go over there. If you don't know who I am Raka. Hit that follow button down below. I do a lot of casting on Heroes of the Storm, particularly on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday if there are games. Very often there aren't, but I love casting this game. I also do a lot of other playthroughs, playing Vampire the Masquerade for the first time on Friday. Woo! But I will see you then. Be awesome. And say hi to Blue for me.